Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode. Today, this is gonna be different because this is pretty much the first time that I'm gonna react to Rush without Alexia, but I talked about it with her and she's fine, and it is what it is. You know, we can't, like, I guess, react to everything together, and Rush, you know, is obviously very special, but hey, I mean, there's so much more that we can do. You know, there's pretty much like 7 or 8 albums that we can still react to together. So yeah, it's what I'm gonna do. I'm just if these songs are specifically, like, I know pretty much that's the thing, because everything by Rush is pretty much amazing. So what I always do is when I do a marathon, I send those 5 songs in a folder, and then basically it appears on Alexia's phone on her Spotify account, and then she pretty much, you know, listens to it. But if there's a song that's like super amazing and right now, then I'll tell her, hey, don't listen to that, rather you do a reaction like alone or with me or something. So we'll figure it out. So don't feel bad that she's not here, but she is having a blast right now. She is at the beach having fun with her sisters. So, you know, I rather have her there than, you know, sitting here, you know. All right, so this is for our dear friend NARVIK. Thank you so much. I'm happy that you're back on the channel and watching videos, and I know it's time consuming, you know, and all that stuff. So yeah, so I was gonna wear a Rush t-shirt, of course, but yeah, just so you know, I love that some of you guys, or some of you Rush fans, also get into like bands like Metallica, and it's, I don't know, it's they were obviously inspired by Rush as well in a way. So yeah, check them out if you don't know them. They're not too heavy, don't worry. I know it's called Metallica, but check them out. They're a great band. So we have 5 songs, and so let me see. I don't really remember everything that I've listened from this album. We're talking about the Rush, you know, their first album, 1974, and I think we've done Working Man, and I don't know, I think that's it. Like, don't quote me on that, because this album is just like pretty new. So I'm gonna do Finding My Way today, then Grace Under Pressure. Let's see, I'm gonna do Distant Early Warning. This is from 1984, and I think we have done together, Alexia and I, Red Sector A, and I think Kid Gloves, I think. But you see, so that's the thing. I think we've only done 1 or 2 songs from that album. Then Hold Your Fire, we just did 2 reactions together. 1987, we did Time Stands Still, and then Mission, which I released literally yesterday. So yeah, and I'll do Force 10, and that's gonna be awesome, because I really like the sound of this album. I know a lot of people don't really like 80s Rush, and they like the 70s more, but I think I like all, you know, I like all years. Then from the album Presto, let's see, what have we done from that? Man, I don't even know if we've done anything, you know, I don't remember. So I'll do, this is from 1989. I don't think we've done anything. Show Don't Tell, but if we've done, please, I apologize. And then Roll the Bones, that is the first reaction we ever did from this album. Roll the Bones from 1999. We did Ghost of a Chance. That was our first Rush reaction ever, and we've done Roll the Bones, and I think maybe Bravado, but you know, that's the thing. It's just too many albums to remember. But hey, that's the marathon I'm gonna do today. I'm super excited, and I do miss, of course, I do miss her. I have to be honest. But hey, This is going to be awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're a Rush fan, thank you for being here, for checking out the channel. If you're completely new, maybe if you like the video, give it a like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And thank you so much, you know, for the for all your support, you know. And we just got to 103,000 yesterday, literally yesterday. Or today morning, and I'm super excited. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So here we go. NARVIK, thanks again for sponsoring this video marathon by Rush. And here we go with the boys. Just I love Rush, and I love that you also did, you know, first album, and then, you know, just like it is more like you know, you have some early stuff and then 80s, 90s, and so forth. And I love that. Thank you so much for being so considerate in the choices. And of course, I hope we get a conversation going. Let's talk about the songs. I know you Rush fans are very, you know, particular in your stories and why you love the band and everything. So here we go. Let's go with Finding My Way. All right, longest intro ever. So here we go. Okay, small interjection here. Like it sounds familiar, and I don't know why, but we have seen quite the footage. We saw Cinema Strangiato, so it sounds familiar. That like, I don't know. So with Rush, it is, you know, some of the songs I guess we must have heard in documentaries we've watched. We're just very engaged. We try not to spoil, you know, songs, but I'm just like, because I remember that, ooh yeah, that I remember hearing that and thinking, wow, that does sound a lot like Robert Plant. Because when this came out, a lot of people were like, what is that Zeppelin song? Like, where's this coming from? This is not Zeppelin. This is Rush. This is a new band from Canada, blah, 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 blah. So I think I am making that connection. But so far, what a voice. And I know this is the first drummer. This is not Neil, but again, what a great drummer. I'm really like saddened, of course, what happened to him and everything, but I think with Neil, you know, that's when the band just took a leap, you know, forward. But yeah, let's continue. imagine, listening to this in 1974 and saying, what the hell is this? It's so heavy. The bass is like there, Geddy Lee's just like in that voice. And it does sound different. I mean, if you're a Led Zeppelin fan, and then, I mean, Led Zeppelin in 74 had already released, I don't know, 74 was that Physical Graffiti, I think. I could be wrong. I always get them wrong, even though I know Led Zeppelin since I was like 4 years old. But I mean, they started, what, 68? Zeppelin, let's see, just to get it right, because so by 74 we had heard 1, 2, 3, 4 Houses of the Holy. So 74 didn't have a so Physical Graffiti was 75. So yeah, so I'm sure that people were like, wow, this, so I get the confusion. Now, I have a theory here with the song. Like, there was this really cool movie with Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones, and he appeared in this it's like an apocalyptic kind of like movie. It's not like the best movie, but it's pretty entertaining. It's just it has two characters, him and a girl, and it's just like everybody's like supposedly dead, and they're like, they rock out to Rush, and that's where I first heard Working Man, and I think this song also appears in that movie, and it's called I Think We're Alone Now, 2018. Check it out. It has definitely a lot of Rush soundtrack, and it's a couple of seconds, like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, stuff like that. I think that's why I heard it, and that's why I think I heard it before. I checked. It's not on the channel. If it's not on the channel, I don't remember doing a full like album reaction to this, so I really would remember. But yeah, the song, and it was also featured in there. I just looked at something and I closed it, but in a medley, so it could be as well. So, but yeah, definitely just amazing Rush, first album, what a debut, So we're gonna jump here. We're gonna do a huge jump, actually. Let's see. I just want to keep the time. So from their first album, we got Fly By Night, Caress of Steel, 2112, which we did the full album on Patreon, and then A Farewell to King's Hemispheres, Permanent Waves, Moving Pictures, Exit, Stage Left, Signals, and then Grace Under Pressure. So in all these albums, we haven't heard them, like, most of these we've heard pretty much completely now. So I know NARVIK is aware of that. So I love that you jumped, pretty much, 10 years into the future. And I love 80s Rush. I don't care what people say about the synth and not fitting in. I think everything they ever did, they did for a reason. And since I started listening to Rush very, very late, when all this already existed, I've never been like there when they released a new album or something, unfortunately, So I just love everything. Like, it just has the sound of its time, and I accept it, And the same with Genesis and bands like that, Yes, and there's some stuff maybe with Yes that is a little bit too pop, but I don't think that Rush ever went into that direction. It pretty much sounded like Rush always, So here we go. Grace Under Pressure, 1984. And let's do A Distant Early Warning. Here we go.
of the plain. There's no swimming in the heavy water, no singing in the acid rain. Red alert, red alert. It's so hard to stay together, passing through revolving doors. We need someone to talk to and someone to sweep the floors. Incomplete, incomplete. The world weighs on my shoulders, but what am I to do? You sometimes drive me crazy, but I worry about you. I know it makes no difference to what you're going through, but I see the tip of the iceberg, and I worry about you.
I love that.
Cruising under your radar, watching from satellites. Take a page from the red book and keep them in your sights. Red alert, red alert. Left and right's a passage, black and white's a youth. You can face the knowledge that the truth is not the truth. Absolute, absolute, yeah. Oh. The world weighs on my shoulders, but what am I to do? Yes, I'm
This is so good. And the dum, bum, 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 bum. The chords here are so beautiful, and the music just sounds incredible. And again, I'm having that kind of like deja vu. Like, have I heard this before? But it does sound like the other song, that like Red Sector A. It has that touch, it has that feel. And I'm freaking out. It's like, have I heard this before? It does sound very familiar. But no, like I'm checking here, I'm checking the channel because I want to be like completely honest, and I'm like, but it just sounds, there's something about it that just sounds familiar, but man, it just is so good. Like this music, this band is just phenomenal, and I can only imagine right now. And I love, that Alex is a huge fan. And as you can see, my hat, I got this in Mexico, right behind me, Alan Holdsworth. He was or is a huge fan. And even like literally he changed from I think he used to use the Les Paul or something to Fender Strat. He changed to a Stratocaster because of Alan Holdsworth. And you can hear a lot of little licks that he would incorporate into his own playing, a lot of legato stuff. And you can read about it. He's a huge Alan Holdsworth fan. And you can hear it. Like sometimes I'm like, wow, yeah, this was definitely, a lick. When he adds chromaticism and stuff like that legato, and his solos just got better and better. And he's such a good player, and he's such a humble guitar player. And I love that humility, that humble ness because those are my favorite guitar players. Those guitar players that just can, melt your face off, but then you ask them about their playing and they're like, yeah, no, I don't know, I just love that. So let's continue. I'm sorry for interrupting, but I have to. It is a reaction video, for the people who are gonna bombard me with, why are you pausing? Please go and listen to the song on Spotify in full, because I do want to express what I feel. That is my reaction, right? Okay, so here we go.
But what am I to do? You sometimes drive me crazy, but I worry about you. I know it makes no difference to what you're going through, but I see the tip of the iceberg, and I worry about you.
So good. All right, so I love the solo that it was more like a chord progression, you know, instead of just going like notes per note, like note by note. It was more like a, I don't know, the way he played it there, Alex. The solo was more, yeah, it was a chord progression with like a lot of, you know, delays, and I love the tone he has here, which is, you know, it is more chorusy, it is more 80s, and but I love it, you know. I just love all their timelines, and we have about 57 reactions on the channel. If you want to hear the older stuff, like a lot, you know. I see all the good stuff here: Tom Sawyer, Free Will, Subdivisions, Fly By Night, Closer to the Heart, Spirit of Radio, and then also the epics, you know, the instrumental ones, you know, Jacob's Ladder and stuff. All me and Alexia. So if you want to check those out, if you're like, it must have been very difficult for NARVIK to come up with this list, because like the best we already heard, you know. And but there's always, this stuff is amazing, you know. But I know the epics, like the first stuff you show your best friend, is already, you know, in the books, you know. So it must have been very difficult to come up with a Rush marathon that only has newer stuff. So I really appreciate that. So I mean, Hold Your Fire, I've been listening to those 2 tracks we did literally like nonstop. So I'm super happy that I get to do another one. Hold Your Fire, Force 10. Here we go. And these are all shorter. So here we go, Force 10. And let's give it up for 1987. Beautiful change.
For the force without form. Look around at the sight and sound. Look in, look out, look around. Look out for the force without form. Look around at the sight and sound. Look in, look out, look around.
I love when they do this, that on this album specifically, it goes like keyboard atmosphere and then Getty just singing in a normal voice. Like it's not falsetto, it's not very high. It's just like it's almost like a deeper voice, and he has a beautiful singing voice. Even, I mean, whatever he does, if he goes high, but when he goes like low and just like singing very slowly, it makes my skin crawl. And I love how like Neil is like, and then you could hear like the keyboards, and it was like literally like, it's so good, man. Like I don't know how people don't like these albums, man. I have no idea. It's just like, I get it, you know. I used to be very picky with bands, and I had a friend who was completely insane because he was like, "Oh, you're listening to metal with keyboards? That's not metal." I'm like, "Oh, you're like literally insane." You know, I don't know, you know, it gives so much, you know, and this synth stuff really sounds amazing. Okay, let's continue. That here.
Sight and sound. Look in, look out, look around. Tough times demand tough hearts. Tough times demand tough talk.
Wow. That literally sounded like a little bit like, yes, you know, Own Over Lonely Heart. It's the same time, it's the 80s. I loved Alex here again, just doing the, like, literally just not playing a solo, like a melodic solo, but more you heard the whammy bar. That is very Holdsworth. He does that a lot. It's just, you know, expression. It's these sounds of expressing, oh my God, I can't even talk. Yeah, expressing emotion with the whammy bar, and that's just Van Halen used to do that as well a lot. It's just I love that stuff. Now again, the lyrics, I pulled them up and then I was like, oh, I'm just reading them, and just like I want to still focus on the music as best as I can, and I really try to, you know, listen to the lyrics, but on the first time listen, I really like to take the lyrics or the singing as a musical tool that just helps forward the music and with the way it, you know, goes with the music. And then usually what happens the second, third time that I listen to a song, then I'm like, I know the lyrics then by heart, and then it's like full circle. But on the first time when I just focus on the lyrics, it's kind of hard to, there's so much happening, you know, and it's just three guys, you know, and it's still very proggy, so there's a lot of thing going on, time signatures changing. The bass was beautiful here, like so many different ways and times and beats, and just like fantastic album. This album is really good. And unfortunately I did read a lot. Oh my my leg was like stuck. I saw a couple of comments. It's like, oh yeah, I stopped listening to Rush when this came out, and I'm like, why would you do that? You know, I mean, yes, it doesn't have that heaviness, but it doesn't matter. It's still great music, and it's still like it is what they felt at that time. Otherwise, they would have played, something in the likes of moving pictures. They wanted to explore different sounds. So I don't even I think Rush never did something because their audience was asking for it, or to be part of the charts. Oh, Genesis is doing this, oh, we better change. No, they did it because they wanted to explore. They wanted to explore with synthesizers and different music. So I never understood that when I was younger. Like, for example, Metallica, when they came out with Justice for All and the Black Album, and when I started to listen to Metallica, they had already released most of their stuff. And but when I listened the first time to Load, I was like, this doesn't sound like the Metallica I like at all. And at that time I was very critical of it, but then now I understand why they did it. They just wanted to explore different sounds. Oh my God, you can see my arm here, the button. Like, for example, James Hetfield, just trying to do a little bit more country, like exploring his voice and, playing different types of solos, not just, musicians do grow and they do get older and they want to experiment different music. So, and yes, and some fans kind of like check out and say, I'm done. And I used to be that way too, but with this, it's just a product of a musical, this is a band that I've basically listened to when they've already done everything they ever did. So I can just like hop around and I pretty much just enjoy everything, even though it doesn't sound like the first album, or maybe my favorite album, which maybe is the fourth one. So I don't have that nostalgia. I can just take it for what it is. And I'm actually very glad that I can just, hop around and say, like, everything sounds great, and I don't have that nostalgia and say, man, the third album is my favorite one. I just wish they would have sounded like that their entire career. So I do understand when people, hop off, but it's different. It's just different for me and for Alexia. We enjoy everything the same, Okay, so this one here, Presto. I honestly don't even know if we've done any song on this. I don't remember the cover. If I don't remember a cover, that's pretty much says a lot, So I don't think so. But if I'm wrong, please correct me. I'm gonna do here from the album 1989, Presto, Show Don't Tell. Here we go. So good. Thank you, NARVIK. It's a great marathon. Wow. so good, man. The bass on this was ridiculous. And I'm sure the lyrics, I pull them up and I know and especially for Rush fans, the lyrics are so meaningful because most of them were written by, Neil Peart, and he was just such an amazing lyricist. I think all three of them, and I think all Rush lyrics are very good, and they have very deep meanings, and so, but right now it's really hard. So I do have to do something here real quick. I did this the other day. When all 5 songs are WMG Universal, I do have to just add a little bit, because when YouTube scans the entire marathon, it's going to get blocked. So I do have to play some stuff by Warner Brothers. I'm just going to play a couple of intros, because if 5 songs block a marathon, if I have a couple of songs that I use to dispute the block and they're Warner, it overrides the block. That's why I use the intro, Tower of Power, and the outro of Yes, because that already gives 3 songs. So I'm just going to add 2 more. It's just a little bit of intros. You can skip them. Here's something by Dream Theater. Let's say 10 seconds. I still want to do this with Alexia. You'll hear this. Okay, so this was Dream Theater, Take the Time, Images and Words. We will do this in its entirety. I just need something. I know this band uses Warner Brothers. Let's do some Yes. That's also Warner Brothers. So it's getting scanned right now. A good song. John Anderson. Okay, so that's number 2, and let's just do a third one. What could we do here? I just don't want this to get blocked. I really don't. I don't want it to end up on Patreon. So let's do another group that's Warner Brothers is Doobie Brothers. Like I've learned, like I literally have learned, I have to, because yeah, it's so bad that that's the way YouTube works, unfortunately. So let's do this, which is Warner Brothers. The stuff I have to do. Oof.
He came from somewhere back in long ago. Sad about the fool, don't see, trying hard to recreate what had yet to be created.
Oh my God, I love Doobie Brothers. I know I'm a huge fan of their early stuff. I love their early stuff, but you got to give it to Mike as well. I know a lot of people don't like Michael McDonald, because he pretty much took, the Doobie Brothers into a different era, but hey, you got to give it to him. He has a nice voice. Okay, so I think that's enough. I'm sure that's enough. Warner Brothers and the Marathon, and we can continue with our Rush. This is Dreamline from Roll the Bones, and remember, this was our first Rush reaction ever. Let's see. And I remember when we did this reaction, What a Fool Believes, with Alexia. Wonderful. And she just starts singing, she's such a darling. I really miss her. Roll the Bones was the first ever reaction. 1991, we did Ghost of a Chance. watch it. Alexa does like the, you know, really funny dance in that one. And then we also Roll the Bones. The song is one of Alexa's favorite songs by Rush, hands down. She's said that many times. So I think we've heard, because they're like marked, we might have done Bravado and Dreamline, but I'm not sure. I'll do for NARVIK here, let's see, I'll do Dreamline. Here we go. So is that marked? Let me see. It is marked. That's weird. So oh, it's because I'm listening to it right now. What an idiot sometimes. I'm sorry, but I am. Okay, here we go.
He's got a roadmap to Jupiter, a radar fix on the stars, all along the highway. She's got a liquid crystal compass, a picture book of the rivers under the Sahara. They travel in the time of the prophets, on the desert highway, straight to the heart of the sun. Like lovers and heroes, I'm the restless part of everyone. We're only at home and we're on the run. On the run. He's got a star map of Hollywood, a list of cheap motels all along the freeway. She's got a sister out in Vegas, promise of a decent job, far away from her hometown.
It's a little bit easier to follow.
They travel on the road to redemption, a highway out of yesterday that tomorrow will bring. Like lovers and heroes, birds in the last days of spring. We're only at home when we're on the wing. On the wing. We are young, wandering the face of the earth, wondering what our dreams might be worth, learning that we're only immortal for a limited time. We are young, wandering the face of the earth, wondering what our dreams might be worth, learning that we're only immortal for a limited time. Time is a gypsy caravan, steals away in the night to leave you stranded in dreamland. Distance is a long-range filter, memory a flickering light left behind in the heartland. We travel in the dark of the new moon, a starry highway traced on the map of the sky. Like lovers and heroes, lonely as eagles cry. We're only at home when we're on the fly. On the fly.
The bass.
We are young, wandering the face of the earth, wondering what our dreams might be worth, learning
Wow, this is so good. Like, because if you think about it, 1991, this is pretty much, Nirvana and Pearl Jam and all these bands, and grunge is basically at the highest, peak in music history, and Rush, sticks to their guns, and they come out, and this was not as heavy, but it wasn't as synthy. It was just really good rock. I can just listen to this and enjoy. And even though now I know, when I listen to anything from before, obviously it sounds a lot different, but I can still enjoy. I just really enjoy everything everybody is doing. The drumming is always different. The bass here was wonderful. That guitar solo was super ethereal, was very out there, a lot of delay. It's just like, I just love everything they're doing. The voice here was just calmer. I was reading along the lyrics, very, very cool stuff, a lot of lyrics, for a song. And it's just really good. I can't consider myself a fanboy because I don't know it all, but I can't really criticize it because it is just great music. It's different from the 70s stuff. It's even different from the 80s stuff, this 90s stuff, but I really like the direction. What they were doing is just good. It's just not bad music. And yes, I'm sure there's better songs or worse, but as a whole, I think this was a great marathon. It's just very enjoyable for me. Everything that I hear from 70s band, when they got into the 80s or 90s, Genesis, there's some stuff, yes, there's some stuff that obviously is not as good, and I maybe won't listen to it as much, like for example when Phil Collins went like full pop in Genesis, but it's still Phil. It has these amazing musicians that play all this incredible music. And yes, they tone it down. It's not as virtuoso or proggy, but it's still them, and I can still appreciate them. I guess that's just the way I think. And, I wish I could be more critical, but I just can't be. When I'm critical, it's because I really mean it. I don't want to criticize a band just because everybody else is criticizing them, and not in this case of Rush, but there's maybe, stuff that everybody kind of like dislikes, and maybe I do like it. I'm not just gonna go with the crowd. If I don't like something, I'll really say, and I've done it before on the channel. I've been really honest with a couple of things that were just like, or it was too much, or it was just not good enough, or it was just boring, So when that happens, I really, talk about it. But overall, this was great. Thank you, NARVIK. Thank you so much for doing the first Rush marathon ever. And maybe next time Alexa can be present, maybe, I can tell her, hey, they did a Rush marathon. Maybe we can open up a couple of slots, and, we can have her sitting here with me, because this one would have been amazing. But again, it is a lot. She's not used to almost an hour of sitting, and it's because of her back as well. And it's just like, it's a lot to take in after 5 songs. It is tiresome, because it's not just like it's not just sitting here and listening or doing something while there's music playing. You're really actively and analyzing everything, and it is tiresome after 5 songs. That's why I remember I used to do 6 songs, and I just it was too much. My mind was on the last song. I was not thinking straight anymore. It was just I'm really tired, so that's why I don't do it anymore. Okay. Thank you so much, NARVIK. Thanks everybody for being here, for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know. And yes, be honest, and just, I know there's going to be a lot of people who's going to be critical. That's obviously fine. That's your your right. You have the right to say what you want, but just let's keep it civil. We're all friends here. We all enjoy music. We all love Rush. So let's just keep it nice and peaceful. Thank you so much for everything. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.